pourrais jouer au papa et à la maman. Toi, tu serais le papa et Marina serait la maman.
I'll be honest, this episode was not a stellar episode and it wasn't that bad either. If anything, it was just good. Like season 6 as a whole, it is good. I suppose I was expecting the same level of greatness that Yaxi Gozen had, but I wasn't majorly disappointed. I just had my expectations set too high. Without wasting any more time, let's start with Noe. We start the episode with everyone at Swan Island having a good time. So firstly, it is cute that Adrien has a picture of him and Marinette as his wallpaper, but what about Nino? Back in season 2, he had a picture of him and Nino. I am not saying he can't have a picture of him and his girlfriend as his wallpaper, but I just wish the writers didn't go so hard on having Marinette be Adrien's only support system when Nino is also there. Technically, he isn't there since the writers forgot that he and Adrien are best friends and only want him to be with Marinette 24/7. Anyway, Adrien goes to get ice cream for himself and Marinette says that sure, her lie to the entire world about Gabriel was bad, but after that everything else is pretty peaceful. And it turns out Milene started some sort of channel where she talks about how Paris is the best city in the world with its eco-friendliness and apparently public transport is free. Like what? How? Since when?
Grandville. À Paris, on peut prendre les transports publics gratuitement.
Which is fine for fiction, just not when fiction is based on a real place that exists. I am pretty sure that if public transport is free, then the taxes of Paris must be tripled, right? To make up for all that loss of income. It just seems ridiculous, especially since lots of money was spent to make the city an eco-friendly utopia. And Clara Cantard's new design looks really good, and the Secret Council was watching that video and apparently it got several billion views, which is insane. It means that almost the entire world watched it, which also doesn't make sense. The fact that they said several billions must mean that it must be around 3 to 5 billion views, meaning that same amount of people can understand French, and sure, they probably watched it with their respective languages subtitles, but still, why would people care about how ecological one city is, even if it is one of the most famous cities in the world? This just seems ridiculous.
Et cela a fait combien de vues? Plusieurs milliards.
If they said it got hundreds of millions of views, I would have believed it, but billions is just ridiculous. Who would have thought that Miraculous would come this far? Back in the day, it was pretty hard to see any sort of representation, but now we have sick kids and cancer patients being present. It makes the world feel believable and realistic, even if people in magical suits flying around is the furthest thing from realistic.
Je ne miserai pas dessus. Je ne cours plus après le succès, tu sais. Je préfère avoir des rôles modestes et du temps pour m'occuper de ma petite famille.
As we all know, Season 6 focuses on the minor characters more, and I'm glad we're getting that. And based off what Fred said here, and later in the episode, I assume he was sort of like Gabriel, an absent father always focusing on work, but he quit doing big projects and small jobs instead to spend more time with his family.
C'est une information top secrète, mais il y a une chose que je sais. Ça pourrait être le rôle de ta vie.
And I forgot her name since she's one of the most forgettable characters that the writers did nothing with. Hell, she wasn't even akumatized, so what's the point of having her be in the show? And I saw a comment a long time ago saying I should do a video talking about underrated or underused characters, and that video has already been written, but I haven't recorded it yet, since there are still new episodes slated to be released along with the Tokyo special on Saturday and Grand Diapa on the 16th of November. So perhaps I'll finish the video and release it before the episode releases on the 16th. Anyway, what I wanted to say about her was that she looks way different to how she used to look in season 1 and season 4, since those are the only 2 times I remember seeing her in the show. And in the French dub, her name is Josiane, and I haven't watched the mime since like a few months ago, but I know that is not her name, in the English dub at least. And here she looks older, like a decade older. Never mind. Yeah, I got it. So yeah, that does make sense actually. It has been a decade since we first saw her. That is actually a good Easter egg.
Et Marina serait la...
Oui, je crois qu'on a compris.
I never thought I'd say this, but I miss the old animation Manon. This Manon looks ugly as hell. Way uglier than the old animations version.
Parce que là, j'ai un rendez-vous important qui m'attend.
Natalie and Gorilla in the car look like proud parents of Adrien, which is so cute to see. Look at how sweet and happy they look.
Cher Adrien, sachez que votre père était mon modèle. Mais je sais que le monde de la mode vous pesait. Si vous me faisiez l'honneur de me vendre la marque, je me ferais un devoir d'endosser la responsabilité de son héritage.
So this man's name is Noé, and he wants to buy the Gabriel brand from Adrien. Now, for some reason, this scene makes him look like a bad guy when this kind of stuff happens all the time, where people are approached by big corporations to buy their family business. And I don't know, wouldn't it kind of be stupid to sell the company? Adrien shouldn't have to think about that. Otherwise, how will he have food on his table?
Je pense qu'il s'agit d'une opportunité qui mérite que l'on s'y attarde.
Why did she look at him like that? I assumed he was working with the secret council, so that's why she gave him that strange look. And I like that she wears a variant of her old design for work meetings and has a less formal outfit for different occasions.
Je sais pas quoi faire d'autre, je réfléchis. Et réfléchir, ça m'angoisse. Et l'angoisse, ça me fait peur. Alors je dois faire quelque chose pour oublier que j'ai peur. Mais je sais pas quoi faire. Et c'est pour ça que je tourne en rond.
Mylène, I hate to break this to you, but your walking in circles is causing an earthquake. Please stop. That is a joke. Obviously, I don't mean it. Or maybe I did. Her father comes back with the script for his next movie and they sit down and talk about Mylène's mother.
Si maman était encore là, elle serait fière de toi. Pour le rôle et pour être un super papa.
Parfois, j'ai l'impression qu'elle est là avec nous.
And I am confused. In season 5, it was revealed that Mylène's mother left her when she was younger, and I assumed she walked out on Fred and Mylène. But this scene makes me think that she's actually dead. Please explain it to me in the comments. Is she dead or did she just leave the family? Mylène and her father read the script and Mylène gets upset because it's all lies, and we'll get to listen to it later.
D'un côté, ça me soulagerait de passer à autre chose. Mais de l'autre, j'ai une petite voix qui me chuchote que tout ça va beaucoup trop vite.
I know the current situation is sad, but Adrien resting on Marinette's legs is so... I don't know how to describe it. It just looks so nice and sweet and cute. It's definitely something I want to do. Now we will get to the play. I will try to show the full play, but I hate adding overlays to the clips. But if I want to show the full clip, I'll have to add overlays anyway. You can only see the shadows of Ladybug, Cat Noir, and Hawkmoth silhouetted against the huge wall. Ladybug says, "Thanks to your fear-mongering, Hawkmoth, the Parisians have put their trust in Cat Noir and me. My pleasure. When people are scared, it's easier to manipulate them." Inside Gabriel Agrest's study, night. The journalist tells Gabriel Agrest, "No one will believe me if I say that Ladybug and Cat Noir are Hawkmoth's allies. This is why I need a powerful ally, someone whose word is respected by all. You, Mr. Agrest." Gabriel Agrest replies, "I will support you. You can count on me." Ladybug and Cat Noir walk over to the journalist. Cornered against the wall, next to them, we see ash statues of Gabriel Agrest and Hawkmoth. Ladybug threatens the journalist. "The world will never know the truth, because there will be no one to tell it. I will never be silenced. Cat Noir, you're up." Cat Noir unleashes his cataclysm and places his hand on the ground, which opens up beneath the journalist's feet, engulfing him. Luckily, the brave journalist had already sent his article to a film director, who turned it into a movie. The movie you've just seen. Wow, I was expecting the movie to be about Gabriel being monarch and Ladybug and Cat Noir lying to everyone about it. But the lie works too, I suppose, and the script being the last piece of evidence left by the journalist makes it believable. And the art style used for the visual aid is just perfect. It looks exactly like storyboard art that is actually used for movies.
Mes petits fruits confits, je suis votre nouveau présentateur du journal. Avec moi, soyez rassurés, pas de salade.
Why did I actually laugh at that joke the first time I heard it? It's a good joke though. Like, I just love simple and easy to understand jokes like that.
C'est tout sauf un journaliste. Qu'est-ce que vous faites là?
Yeah, what is she doing here? How did she get in without anyone noticing? And since she came in without anyone noticing, that means the door was unlocked.
Pour commenter cette nouvelle, nous recevons Noé Luxus, nouvelle étoile du luxe et grand amoureux de Paris.
Oh, damn it. Wow. He is the new king of luxury. He was brought onto the council in Yaxi Gozen. It makes so much sense now, especially since he's trying to buy the Gabriel brand. Okay. Now it's all starting to come together.
Madame Bustier était l'incarnation de tant d'espoir. Si ces accusations sont confirmées, je m'engage à être candidat à la mairie de Paris afin que les électeurs puissent reprendre confiance en l'avenir.
And if you watched the episode already, you'll know who Noah is related to. And I have to ask, what is it with this family and becoming the mayors of Paris? I'll touch on it more later. So it turns out Noah Lexus owns a lot of companies under his name. Filming, clothing, food, cars, probably everything you can think of. Millen gets a panic attack, or is it an anxiety attack? Since earlier while she was causing an earthquake, she mentioned that she gets super anxious, so I'm assuming it's an anxiety attack. This gets her briefly akumatized and she yells at Chrysalis, but her father thinks it's aimed at him and he decides to go to Noe and talk to him while Marinette notices an Akuma going after Fred. Also, does anyone in the fandom call the Akumas by their current name or just the original name that we've known for since season 1 until season 4? Like, I have never really referred to it as an Ultra Kuma or Mega Kuma because the names are just so dumb. I understand the reason Shadowmoth came up with the name in season 4, but why are Lila's Akumas called Ultra Kumas? If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure they can't destroy the magical charms Ladybug creates, right? So why the name change? Anyway, Marinette manages to transform while Fred gets akumatized.
Bonjour, pardonnez mon intrusion, mais votre colère était si forte qu'elle m'a appelé.
Faire comprendre à Noé Luxus qu'il se trompe. Que penserait ma fille si je cédais à la colère?
This is again so well done. It varies from all the other akumatization sequences we've gotten and it's so excellent. And I think I understand why the episode was named Noe instead of the mime too. Because the last time we got episodes named after akumatized villains getting akumatized again for the second time, it was not the best, especially Stormy Weather too.
Qui êtes-vous? Que voulez-vous?
There being these men in black ripoffs everywhere was so funny, and they are all just copy and pastes of one model. They definitely did this on purpose and I love it. That was the highlight of the episode, the mime using nunchucks against the men in black.
Beau travail, les mimes.
Jamais Ladybug et Chat Noir ne trouveront cette cachette.
Finally, another villain who uses their brain. Hiding the akumatized object is always the best option. I swear, if I had the butterfly Miraculous, I'd find some random rock outside and use that. Then I toss it onto the ground and it'll blend in with the environment. That way Ladybug and Cat Noir will have no way of beating me. So does Noe just have multiple replicas of the same card just for situations like this? That's actually super smart considering he's related to certain people we'll talk about later. And this mime being able to mime multiple objects makes more sense and doesn't limit him the same way he was in season 1, and it's an upgrade of sorts that I really like. Her hair being her ears is such a smart thing to think about when designing her. It honestly puts her old design to shame, and there being similar sequences from her old transformation is super cool. So they are just superheroes kidnapping people. That would not look good if it was released to the public. They managed to get Fred in front of Noe, and what happened next is just so frustrating and confusing because of what we've been told and led to believe up until now.
Papa, c'est moi. Je sais, c'est terrible de se sentir impuissant. C'est insupportable de voir toutes tes valeurs bafouées.
Okay, so according to the so-called professional writers, the Miraculous uses quantum masking to disguise the holder's voices and appearance. But if that's the case, how can Fred know it's his daughter speaking if she's wearing the Miraculous? And if that's the case, then that means Ladybug should think that Cat Noir sounds a lot like her boyfriend Adrien, right? Am I the only one who's gone insane? Why do the rules for the Miraculous change every single time it's convenient to the plot? They could have had Polymouse de-transform, then go up to her father and talk to him to avoid the stupid plot hole. I mean, it wouldn't be avoided since it already exists, but I'm not going to talk about that now. Anyway, he gets de-akumatized and everything gets fixed.
J'ai voulu croire que tout allait bien, mais un nouveau danger s'est montré à Paris. Et même si cette fois tout est rentré dans l'ordre, je ne crois pas qu'on en ait fini avec ce Noé Luxus. Une petite voix me dit que je vais devoir me montrer prudente.
Okay, that's why the episode was named Noe, because he will be seen again. And I have a theory. Noe is a senti-monster. Hear me out. The only few times episodes were named after people that we know were when they were the villains of the episode and they were senti-monsters too. Felix, and Ladybug in Season 3. Gabriel aggressed in Season 4. So, Noe Lexus is a senti-monster.
Nous y sommes, mère. Tout le monde à Paris sait enfin qui je suis.
Tu as été brillantissime, mon cher petit diamant.
Wow, that was the most shocking part of this episode. So now I can confidently say that Audrey Bourgeois is a hoe. Hear me out. Based off this new info we got, we can deduce that Noah is either the son of Mr. Lee, Zoe's father, or Andre, but I highly doubt that he's Andre's son, or even Zoe's full brother. So Audrey slept with someone way before she met Andre, and then slept with Mr. Lee. Since Noah has a last name different to his sisters, it's only right to assume he has a different father. And why haven't I thought of it sooner that he's related to Zoe and Chloe, all their names ending in O-E? Gosh, and what is Audrey's part in all of this? Is she also part of the secret organization? And why does she want all her family members to be the mayor of something? Like first Andre and then Chloe and now Noe wanted to run for mayor too? What's going on? I really enjoyed this episode. It featured the reappearances of long-missed characters such as Sarah, Manon, and Audrey Bourgeois. That is the name that I was forgetting. Yes, her name is Sarah, not Joanne, or whatever name the French dub has. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for clarifying that. It was very heartwarming, and it was good to see the relationship between a Miraculous Holder and their Kwame, other than Marinette, Ladybug, and Adrien or Cat Noir. The other times we see this was in the episode Static Cop, Sleeping Siren, and The Ruler, and it's actually the first episode of Season 6 to show an Akumtais villain that was Akumtais by Hawkmoth, and not a variant of the supervillain or a villain in a different form. Yes, that is true, and I'm glad we got it, and he actually got an upgrade where he can mime multiple objects at the same time. Audrey has a son. I feel like that came out of nowhere. Almost feels forced in. Yes, it absolutely did come out of nowhere. Also, what is her obsession with the OE suffixes? Yes, exactly. I don't know why. I mean, at least now we know when someone has OE at the end of their names, we will know that they are related to Chloe, Zoe, Audrey, and Noe. Noe. Actually, his name is Noe, not Noe. Wow. This episode is wildly crazy, having to see Audrey have a son and he must be a senti-monster. And I love Polly Mouse's transformation. Girly Pop ate with that transformation. Yes, she did. It was a good transformation, yeah. That is all I have to say for now. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and check out my other videos. I know you'll enjoy them too. Let me know about your thoughts and theories down below. I'd love to read it. See you soon and stay miraculous.